Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Arma Hobby. It's a kit in 1/72 scale, which copies quite famous aircraft. It's F4F-4 Wildcat. And we have a, let's say, simple edition of this release, so it means you won't get any extras inside, but at the same time you can get it for a quite reasonable price, so it might be a win-win situation for modders who are not that obsessed about aftermarket. And there are some interesting things to see in the kit, so that's why I decided to take a closer look. And of course we have a commercial sample here, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. This nice box packs only one kit inside, and kit number is 70048. Box size is standard for this brand. Here you can see comparison with my hand, and box art looks good in my opinion. Next on the side here we have a short note about contents, so as I said, it's only plastic kit with decals, while on the opposite side you can find safety information, address of the manufacturer, and also I can see customer care as well. Here on the rear side we have two marking options which are included here, but I guess we will talk more about them when we will be checking the assembly manual, because it features the marking guide as well. So it's a side opening box. All parts are packed into one plastic bag, and it's a resealable plastic bag, so just give me a second to open it and we will check together what is actually supplied here. Okay. So obviously we will check assembly manual a bit later. First of all, I would like to start with gray plastic sprues. So here is the first one. It's actually the smallest one, and maybe we'll open the lenses so that it won't be that dark for you. And here we have mix of parts, because we have some cockpit elements, we also have fuel tanks, we have the tail elevators. These are actually elevators. We have landing gear legs, and legs are here, but these are wheels, and here we have also landing gear legs. And if I zoom in even further, it won't change anything because we were on the maximum, so maybe I'll bring it on in my hands. Here you can take a closer look at the molding quality, because it looks really impressive. Let's not forget that all this comes in a 1/72 scale, so that's why I'm truly amazed with what they can copy here. And as far as I remember, they did really comprehensive research on this subject, so believe me, it is, I would say, one of the best Wildcat kits on the market, and it might be a really good build for fans of this small scale. So here you can take a look from the opposite side, and by the way, landing gear wheels, they're molded as a single piece parts, so you will need masks. But we will see if they are included, because sometimes Arma Hobby, they usually include the masking guide, so it might be enough in order to get a nice paint finish on your kit. Next we continue with the second gray plastic sprue. So again, let's zoom in first. We check here all parts closer and then we zoom out. Maybe I'll close the lenses now. So here we have fuselage halves. Note that the cowling kit will be assembled separately. We also have rudder separate, but tail fin is pre-molded. External features, they look really great here, so it means recessed panel lines and rivets all in place. And just to give you an idea of the size of this model, here you can see comparison with my hand. It's not that big, so do not underestimate what you see here. I mean, the sizes are really tiny, and still Arma Hobby managed to pack all these features out of the box. Note that, let's say, front ring of the cowling, it is molded as a single piece part, which is also great because you won't have any gaps or seams in such visible area. In my opinion, it's a good feature to have out of the box. Another great thing is that we have highly detailed engine, so I don't think you will need any resin replacement for it, because just look at these parts, they look great, and it's just a matter of careful painting. And especially considering the fact that this aircraft, it has, I would say, quite wide open cowling, so it would be worth investing your time into painting the engine and getting nice paint work. Note that wing mechanization is pre-molded, so we have flaps and wings molded together with wing, and you cannot change anything here. We have another option of the front cowling section here, also some alternative parts for the engine. Here we have separate rudder. And if I flip it over, so here inside we have some guiding elements. These small bars are quite interesting. I'm still not sure why they are inside the fuselage, because in the wings I can suppose that they will be used for the proper placement and also rigidity, because as you can see they are mirroring each other, so basically they will be combined together and they will be holding against each other, but that's not the same thing in the fuselage, so I am still not sure why it is used, and if you know, feel free to write in the comments. But molding quality is really great here. I mean, again, to remind you, we are dealing with a 1/72 scale kit, and all these tiny parts are molded without any sign of the molding damage, so that's truly impressive. And next we continue with a clear plastic sprue. So this one, I'm not sure why it was packed without its own plastic bag. And another thing is that it is, as you can see, slightly bent. Maybe it's our dear post office managed to do so, but as you can see, all parts are intact, they are not warped, so I guess it's more for the sprue itself, while parts stayed intact. And of course you can copy the open cockpit with these parts, which is also great because you will be able to expose all the cockpit features, and as you saw there are a lot of stuff to display. That's why it's worth considering how to open the canopy on your Wildcat as well. Next, in the assembly manual we have decals printed by TechMod, so maybe I'll close the lenses a bit so that it won't be that bright for you. We have some segmentation here because some decals are suitable for the cockpit. These are stencils, these are walk areas, and we also have these traditional stars, as you remember, for 2 marking options. But as I said, printing quality is really good, and in my experience TechMod decals are really easy to work with, so I don't think you'll have any issues here. And of course that's great that we have stencils in such small scale model. Next we continue with assembly manual, so it is printed in form of small brochure, color printed. We have also a short history note here on the first page. It is written in 2 languages. We also have parts map and paint chart here. Next we start assembly with the cockpit, and straight away you have to use decals which are supplied in this kit. As you remember, there are decals for the instrument panel, even for the seat belts, and also for some minor elements as well, as far as I remember, for the side consoles. And of course it would be worth to think how to paint all this stuff, because some of this thing require careful paint with a brush, not even with the airbrush. Then we start working on quite complex landing gear system of this aircraft, which I would say the trademark of this Wildcat. That's why it's worth investing time into properly assembling it. The same can be applied to the engine, because as I said, engine is really great here, and as you can see we have all the internal components, even the engine frame copied out of the box. That's not something we usually see in 1/48 scale releases, but here we get it in a 1/72 scale kit, and that's quite amazing in my opinion. Next we continue with wing parts. You have to drill some holes in order to install external fuel tanks. Then you continue working on the main landing gear wheel wells and legs. So as you can see, it's a separate sub-assembly which will be inserted into the main wheel wells. Next we assemble external fuel tanks. We install them on the wing, but obviously it will be up to you whether you would like to have them on your aircraft. Maybe you would like to have clean wings on your model, then it's your choice. And we install canopy here. So, and I guess there is one more. Yeah, so here we have 2 pages dedicated to marking guides. These are 2 marking options in a traditional blue colored, I would say, marking, even though here we have small nose art included. And of course a small gallery of other kits in 1/72 scale. We reviewed them as well. So you can find it on our YouTube channel. And what I'm wondering, so this kit, just give me a second, maybe we'll take a closer look together, because I think this kit does not include a masks template. Yeah, so there is no masks template for the canopy, so you have to cut these stickers by your own, or maybe get some aftermarket set in order to cover the canopy. And in my opinion, that's something worth investing into, because it will give you a more precise result in such small size. As for the kit, it should be already available. You can get it even on the official website. I will be happy to hear your opinion about such a release. Write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.